Mr. Thomas must have been a Liberator pilot and a P-40 Warhawk pilot. The light is not too good in here, but we're going to do the best we can. There's an awful lot of aircraft here. This is a big hangar. For Thorpe, we'll just take a walk down through this museum and get an idea of what everything looks like. And got an ultralight here. A pit, looks like a pit and pole. And then we got a pusher jobby here with the wings off it. Oh, it's a McCulloch autogyro pusher. An Aeronca Model K. Don't see many of those anymore. Fairchild 24, Coast Guard colors. Cub Coupe. Another Fairchild. And this looks maybe like a Funk. No, I guess not. It's the Aeronca Chief. And then looks like we've got a Interstate Cadet or Porterfield or something. Piper Cub. That was a Porterfield. You can tell by the slender fuselage. Look at that. Max Conrad's Piper Comanche. World distance record. (76,068 miles non-stop Africa to Los Angeles. This is the Air Skimmer. Got an air coupe here. Here's the Piper Aztec. Aero Commander. Here's the Republic Thunder Chief under restoration. That's a big hunk of airplane. I didn't realize they were that big. Did you, Dave?
No, heck no.
Twin Navion, Dave? Is this Twin Navion?
Yeah, Can American version, I think.
Wow. Dave Anderson and I are on our way to Top Gun 93.
Portland, Oregon.
Boeing Cadet. TBM Avenger. I think there's a big B-24 base here during the war at Liberal, Kansas. Lots of airplane there. Of course, that's World War II. Here's their F-4. The Jayhawks, Kansas Jayhawks, I guess. That needs a paint job. And then we have a Corsair 2 here. An old Marine aircraft. Then we have a Navy A4. And this looks like, this is the Crusader, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah. Sure it is,
Ohio Air National Guard. Yes, sir, this Kansas territory is pretty flat, guys. Yes, sir. This is a nice place to fly. I think I could fly here. I think anybody could fly here.
This is typical Kansas terrain. Flatter and flat.
I thought all these airplanes would be outside, but they're in this big hangar. Okay, we finally figured it out. This is the Crusader. This is the F-8 Crusader. Okay, looks like we got an F-80.
That one looks something like that. They call it kitten, but I don't know if that's what it is.
This is probably a Commonwealth Sky Ranger. Or Rearwind Sky Ranger, whatever you want to call it. BT-13 or 15, I can never tell them apart. This is Navy SNV. How about that? U.S. Navy ambulance aircraft. UC-83. Looks like Roy Vaillancourt's here. Stinson Sentinel with a big tail on it. PT-22. And this is a real museum because they got a Corsair here. Navy N2S. Stinson Reliant coming up. One of my favorites. And the Corsair again. Big aircraft. The Bent Wing Bird. There's a military tailorcraft. The rear end of a B-25. Interstate Cadet. A Ronca L3.
Or 190.
There's the Cessna 190 or 195, Dave says, either one. Depends on the engine, right? There's a 1941 Stinson. Looks like a 105, doesn't it, Dave? Stinson 105. Canadian colors.
That's that little three-place Stinson.
So it's got the same windshield I had in mine.
This is a 105, little three-place.
I had the 108-3. Looks like the same fuselage almost. A nice red rear wind Sportster. And that's the Cessna Airmaster, right, Dave?
Right.
And right next to us, the 140. Ragwing 140, Cessna. And the Beechcraft Stagger Wing. Sitting right next to Beechcraft Bonanza. Now what's that again, Dave? Correction?
This is a Cessna 120.
Not a 140, it's a 120, Dave says. That's right, the 120 didn't have flaps, this doesn't have flaps.
That's a 140 over there.
Okay. And the rear end of a Bobcat, twin engine. And there's a real 140 with flaps, all metal. There's the Beechcraft C-45F Army. Nice looking job. Perfect condition, right, Dave?
195 in absolute mint condition.
I got Dave Anderson with me. He's going to be my mechanic at Top Gun this year. And he's a ex-Skyways employee, metalsmith, and he knows all about these airplanes, right, Dave?
Hope so.
You hope so. We know you do. And he knows this airplane inside and out. And then we got the old Airmaster here. Is that it?
Yep.
Dave worked on Cessnas most all his life. C-78 or Bobcat, whatever you want to call it.
I think we got the right ones.
We're going to hit the Smithsonian next week.
Oh, go to Silver Hill if you get a chance.
We already got reservations.
Yeah. We got some stuff.
Beautiful murals here. My goodness.
Working. We're on the way down to Florida.
Kansas countryside.
Top Gun contest down here. This is the fifth air
Cessna sign.
so far.
Well, there's one over in Winston.
Here's a little midget Mustang.
The Charles got something on time. Just don't get more.
A Thorpe. And a Cavalier. And a Rutan Berry Ease. And we have an Avid Flyer out of Caldwell, Idaho. Home built. This is a Rand KR1.
At the KR.
This is called the Willie 2 Experimental. Looks like something like a Skybolt, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it does.
Looks like we got a little baby Ace here. Home built. And this is what you call real flying, right out front.
Breezy.
Breezy, the Breezy,
Got lots of wings.
says.
There's only 3 of these in the battery.
Curtiss Wright pusher. And we have lots of helicopters here. Here we have the Culver. Racy looking little jolly. Light plane of the 1940s. All wood, I understand. And a little Mooney Mite. A lot of fun. Here's the B-25. We'll take a walk up and see what this B-25 looks like. Looking back along the fuselage here. Inside. Here we'll give you a little overview of the hangar. Yeah, this is the PT-23. It's just actually a PT-19 with a radial engine. Yeah. And then we have the PT-19 down.